I think she was always suspicious of Bella. So
You know, all right. I'm not gonna. I don't want to. If she dropped it, listen, I get it. I'm just saying how other people would take it. That's all. That is normal. I think there's nothing weird about it. Um, you see how somebody behaves. You see the things that they said. Um, even though things might be squashed, other people don't see shit the same way at all.
I agree with you in that sense.
You know.
Like there's been certain things that have happened on this app that I think are absolutely unforgivable
Yeah.
between individuals, and they fall out.
Emotional damage.
And over time, they'll get cool again, and I find it so weird. It bothers me. It truly does. So I get what you're saying because I experienced it within myself with some of the stuff that I've seen on this app. It's not with every situation, but some of the more extreme situations that we've seen on here blows my mind how they could be talking to people I think like are absolute ops, should be absolute ops to them, but it happens all the time. So I get where you're coming from. Don't think that I don't.
Can we just circle right back? Good morning, Shay. Can we circle right back to the initial question, right?
Hmm.
The initial conversation. When it comes to Bella in the court situation and the whole, what were we saying? It was before Drop Queen, right? We weren't talking about Drop Queen. What was I saying first? Well, I'm gonna ask you this: do you think that um that was sincere
The
of her?
apology,
Yeah.
very performative, and I believe that it had something to do with showing a human side to her, or in my opinion, very performative, very manipulative. Um, man, I don't know if she had a filter um on during that particular clip. Didn't see a single tear, but it could be because the filter is like covering her face
I
or
didn't
something.
see
I'm
that
not
one
sure.
tear either. That's the
You
same
feel
shit
me?
I
Like I
said.
was looking, I'm like, she not really crying for real. Like, is it just me? Am I bugging? But it could be a filter. I don't know. Um, and for it to be drop queen out of all people, to me, it seemed very performative. Didn't seem sincere. Didn't seem genuine to me. But for the sake of just answering your question flat out, I'm just being honest. It doesn't necessarily have to be, something that she considers. I'm just answering your question. It didn't seem sincere. That's it.
Now, I will say this as well, just to add on, right? And let me
Mm.
ask you this. Um, um, do you think that, okay, because we remember when she initially went on Bella's live. Do you think that, I know people can be anywhere.
Hello? Are you still with us? Pillows. We're talking about the accountability court that happened on Sunday. Pillows. She probably got a phone. No, no.
I'm so
Because if she
sorry, I
got a
got a
phone
phone
call, it'd
call.
be paused.
Yeah, I got a phone
No, go
call.
ahead. You good?
Um, yeah, I was just letting it chill for a second. Do you think that can you at least see where people are coming from when it comes to drop queen and how people could feel some type of way, or does that look like just group thinking or something to you?
within context of that particular platform, that is the Diamond platform, and some of the reasonings as to why, you know, I've heard Diamond say it as to why she's not messing with Bella no more, kind of thing. I can see it, but two things can be true at once. You feel me? Like their feelings is not coming out of thin air. It's coming from somewhere. You feel me? And they can't all just be invalidated for the way that they feel. But I just wonder it's um if it's justifiable.
Like, you know how, like, when she brought up the whole thing with, me and getting the money for the tea or whatever the case, the receipts. She blocked me. So
Who
even if I wanted to go over there,
who blocked you?
Bella,
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that she blocked you.
I mentioned that. I said, okay, because I was blocked. So I'm thinking about shit like that where you could see. Listen, nope. It's 10 o'clock. Hold on, I'll be right back, Obi.
I got you. I have some more questions about that in terms of like what she was thinking and some of the conversations she was having on the back end. But I'm probably never gonna get those answers because I would have to ask the questions to Bella directly. And even if I did get a chance to ask her those questions, I don't think she would answer them in a direct manner to begin with. So Bella's not biased. She had me guilty and only allow the negative about me being said. I don't remember your case. I'm trying to think. I don't remember your case. What was your case about? Good morning, Mariah. When you get a chance, can you? Never mind. Good morning. For everybody here that's remaining, please tap the screen as we wait for the host of the show to come back. I should probably start doing that, huh? Good morning. This is not a new page. This is I think CP's third page. I think she has three of them. Is this your main page, pillows? I don't think so.
I have 4 pages. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I was wrong. She has four pages, and this is one of them. No, no, I put my foot in my mouth again, Mariah. I'm sorry. I just act like I didn't say what I just said. Let's just act like all I said to you was good morning. She
Thank
has
you,
this
Michelle.
page.
I'm back.
She has you're gonna have to tell people your pages so they can go follow you later.
Oh yeah, I got 4. There's this page, Modern Day Jones. There's Chasing Pillows, and then there's Yeezy Pillows, where I like to hide and go live and talk about all y'all know I'm kidding.
Well, that's crazy because you keep blowing my spot. So now I'm gonna tell everybody you got this other page named Easy Pillows.
Good.
You will have no peace.
Come on now. Come on now. Anyways, all right. So we were talking about the whole Bella thing. What did you say you had questions about? Because I heard that part. You said you have another question or two.
I'm curious about a few things,
Like what?
but I don't think that I'm ever gonna get the chance to ever ask those questions of her.
Mm,
And if I did ask the questions, I don't think that she would answer them directly because she has a way of not
mm,
answering questions and then gaslighting you like she answered them when she didn't.
right.
Yeah, kind of thing.
That's why I really don't feel bad about her being dragged like that. As much as I do, I don't at the same time. I can't.
I feel you. I get it. You have a direct involvement in the situation, so I get where you're coming from. I don't have that emotional investment that you do, so I kind of I kind of see it a little differently. You got to take people for, who they are. I promise you they show you who they are every day. You just got to pay attention. And honestly, I think that people do pay attention. They just excuse it until, it comes a time where they got to be faced with their own decision to, you know, look over certain things about people. She allows other people to be dragged. Why not her? I mean, yeah, yeah.
My thing is this, right? She allows other people. She's allowed other people to be dragged. She will block people as they're being dragged, but not just her. It would be different if it's just her and it's not her, a panel full of people and comments. But you got the whole live is engaging, whether it could be pro this person or against this person. And instead of just, you take away people's opportunity to even defend themselves. But we're supposed to just have so much grace and like just patience. Why? So I kind of get it. Nosey's not wrong. At first I was like, damn, this bitch going crazy on Bella. But now I'm like, I get it because I've seen it myself. At first it's everybody else saying it. And this is why, yeah, maybe I might have a little bit more invested, Obi. But it's different when you see something yourself, when you deal with somebody one on one versus what other people are saying. Because, of course, you don't want to jump on the bandwagon. I don't just want to believe what other people are saying unless I see actual receipts. Not only did I seen it myself, I showed people receipts of the bullshit that she does. It's bullshit because it's not like you're doing it and you're standing on it. You're doing it, and then you're acting as if you don't even understand why all these people are upset with you. Yes, the fuck you do. Yes, you do.
Because that's what she intended. I mean, listen, there's no way she don't see it.
Right, Aries girls outside looking in, and right, if unless she's, and that's where I can't believe that you're this I can't believe you're this obtuse. I can't believe that
She's not.
can be
She's
so
not.
talented. Yeah, right. You can't be this talented and have great ideas and execute them well and be a big creator like this or a growing creator and be this fucking obtuse about everything.
I'm telling you, there's more to it than just that. But I don't think that now is the time to for me to even lean into those other things.
People are getting hurt because we're human. I was hurt. I get it. It's blocking up people you were talking right. Because literally, you take away, and this is not like no small space. You see this space. This space is a small space. We talk about thousands of people you got in your room, making it into a spectacle, into entertainment.
She was
As
doing that before, though. It just wasn't you. Other people experienced what you experienced. That's exactly what she was doing that to other people too, and people were talking about it. And when those people were going through it, did you have the same sentiments? Did you have the same observation when it wasn't you?
I'm gonna say this right because I started watching her like just for a little while before we actually like fell out or before this shit happened. And from what I noticed, I thought, okay, so she's trying to be a creator that like has these messy ass lives, but doesn't necessarily engage. Like she's just hosting a space that's a little messy. You know, it's a little entertaining. To at some people's detriment, yes, it made it. Some people did get dragged. Yes, I did notice that. But what I didn't realize is how fake and how much she didn't stand on anything. It would. I really thought that I
Did
was
you
under. Um,
did you start watching her during the $2 situation
when did I start
when
watching?
they were the nine together when before they fell out?
No, no.
Oh, you missed something. As a matter of fact,
I'm sorry, Shay.
Mr. Washington and this lady named Kim that was blackfishing. Um, that was kind of like the beginning of it, and then like it went downhill with the situation with $2. If you watch that, then you would have seen this stuff coming
Hmm. See, I didn't know about that. Okay, okay. I don't remember that. Mm-mm.
because there. I remember I didn't understand why $2 had so much smoke for Bella. She would say that all these things, and I didn't know where it came from, but they had a prior history, so I just paid attention, and sure enough, things happened, and they kind of, and I think Chef was around during that time too, because I think that Chef was also one of her co-hosts at the time. So much was happening, but if you paid attention, you would have seen like the first bit of the pattern that is Bella, if that makes sense. It's really hard to explain because so much happened, Pillows. So much was going on. It was thing after thing after thing. And you really couldn't catch it
I
all.
didn't know about all of that. I didn't. I missed all of that. I have no idea
Oh, it
what.
was a lot. There was so much going on.
Damn.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, it was just. This was months back, too.
Can you kind
Um,
of describe it, or is there like, are there any like lives, like any recordings with it? Because I have no idea.
in my mind, the way that I title it is House Niggas. This is the time that Bella called um the nine house niggas. Does that ring any bells? Maybe.
You know how bad that looks when
Listen, especially the optics, my nigga. Like
when you married to
you
a
can't
white
do that.
person. Ooh, you're man.
Like you cannot do that. That's something you cannot tell. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you're married to a white man, and you're calling other black women house niggas because they supposedly sent a white woman to um say some nasty things to you. There was just so much going on. And I'm like, yeah. But that's the title that I have in my head of what went on back then. It was a lot.
How
Okay,
y'all
so
doing?
hey, real quick, I'm
Doing
sorry,
well.
Mr. Washington.
Good,
Hold
Mr.
up.
Washington.
I'm at work. I gotta whisper. Okay, so listen. What happened was they found out that the white lady was blackfishing, and the people got mad. It was like, hey, the white lady blackfishing, and so that's right after they stopped dealing with Bella because she was on live with Chef Foxy, winding and grinding, and they said it was unbecoming of a married woman. So they hadn't already started beefing. But then the white lady came out as blackfishing, and so they was like, oh, y'all need to stop messing with that white lady because she blackfishing. And they was like, hell no, we ain't gonna stop messing with that white lady. She cool with us. She ain't never did nothing to us, so she gonna be our friend. And so they went back and forth. So then Bella said, oh, y'all just want to deal with the white lady because she coming after me. Y'all some high niggas. That's how that happened. Okay, I gotta go.
Wow. Okay.
Emotional damage.
Can I add just one more thing?
Yeah.
Um,
Then Mr. Washington, you can go.
Mr. Washington, I'm glad you're up here because you can definitely fill in some gaps. But on Bella's live that Mr. Washington was on, he was found guilty. It wasn't until Mr. Washington went on Tea Times Live and they had a conversation that his side was heard out, and over there he was found innocent of whatever was going on between him and Kim, and that was a whole situation. I'm gonna mute and let Mr. Washington speak. Good morning, Miss Madam Hill.
Uh, Good morning. Uh, yeah, that boy, you got a like the elephant in the room. Uh, it's almost just like what she said. That was a response because of what those ladies were doing to Bella. When Bella said that, harsh as hell, but she shouldn't have said that. But at the same time, she was responding to what they were doing to her. And then when you add me in there, it doesn't make sense. I'd almost have to answer your questions if you got one, Jason Pillows.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Thanks for coming up. I guess like I mean, so is this was this so you were part of the whole situation with Bella with this whole fallout, pretty much, and you were one of the people that she said something about I'm confused because who's like what is the nine? The nine is you like is it bro code like what's the
I
like,
was, I ain't got nothing to do with that. When they saying that, that's that group with Thailand, and I hate to even say her name, but that's her friends. Anytime you reject them, those women were going after whoever that was. Bella was hanging out with them, and she stopped hanging out with them, and they went after Bella.
So it'd be $2 Mama C, Aries, Gen X at the time, abundantly, some few other people I can't think of, but those are the nine. They were a group of nine women.
Yeah.
so I stepped
So
away from
when
my
you
phone.
reject,
Yeah.
yeah, but when you reject the main one,
Mm.
they go after you. She was going after you, using them as well. Sometimes they wasn't even involved. It was just that main one going after.
Copy. So
And
can
then
I
when you
just
add in like that, when you add in the Kim situation, all I
mm.
did was tell that woman no. I wasn't doing nothing with that woman. It was assumed that I was doing something with that woman, but I was never doing anything with that woman. I rejected her. That rejection, some people can't handle rejection. I'll say it that way. And that rejection was only that I didn't want to interact, even as friends, like being on a panel, being on a platform, anything. I didn't want to do anything with that. It wasn't that I'm trying to talk to you or you're trying to talk to me. It wasn't anything like that.
Who is Kim?
Bruh.
Because I don't even know. Like I'm missing parts of the story. Who's Kim? Kim is the white tea lady that what was she
Was
trying to
that
say?
was anti She was antagonizing a bunch of black men. It wasn't just me. It was a bunch of us that she was antagonizing.
And apparently she was blackfishing. She was using
Mm.
pictures of black folks
I was
to create spaces, and that was part of the problem that it was uncovered later on. Like I'm telling you, this story is so layered. You really had to be there for it all. Like I keep saying, like I wouldn't even know where to start with it.
Yeah, because even just like with that how I ended up over there with Bella is I was in the comments. I spoke to Bella and they started attacking me. as they always do, especially Kim. She said something to me in the comments, and I only got up there and I spoke and I said, I said something to that effect of I'm only rejecting her. I don't speak to her yet. She keeps adding me. She keeps doing all these things to even with her pages. Those pages became a lot, a big mess. That's when they found out about, well, some of us knew about those pages. Everybody didn't know about those pages. Everybody didn't even know she was doing it, even to the point of some, well, I can say that T even made her one of those pages a mod. That's how bad it was.
Goddamn. Okay. I missed all of this. So I this is okay. So this is why $2 feels away. This is okay.
Okay, and then I'll throw in one more. Just on, okay, so
Mm.
um that unbecoming thing, I also told them, well, this is right around the time where I was telling them that I'm not interested. And I said that people of that status were unbecoming because of the things that they were doing. They flipped that and used that against Bella. Right around that same time that I was saying that, they used this and said, well, how can you lump us in this category when Bella has the same status? That's when they started doing. They really went after her, saying, okay, because of her marriage, she shouldn't be doing this, and this. And that nine that you were talking about, most of them have that status of being married.
Let me just read these comments real quick. They was displaying house ninja behavior. They was actively sending a white tea lady to harass her.
Emotional damage.
What else did you say? Mr. Washington told her no. Bella called it out. And while she was going live, they was sending white tea lady Kim after her. There's a video on Bella's page. Okay.
Exactly. They knew she was doing it. And then with that call out, it was even for some of us, we were saying, a lot of us were saying, why are you interacting with this lady when y'all know she's doing it? And the response was, she's okay with us because she's never done it to us. As long as she didn't do it to us, she's okay with coming over here. But that became the issue too.
So she was cool. She didn't call her out like you would expect her to. She
She,
kind of
they knew
ghosted.
she was doing it. They
Mhm.
knew she was doing it, and they never said anything to her because it was never against them. It was always against a black man, or and then they pushed her at messing with Bella. But she, at the same time she was messing with Bella, she was also messing with T. In T's life, when she became a mod, she was dropping people, saying stuff. She was in these spaces.
Right.
That was part of the problem.
Right.
Um, we're getting away from the actual the main point of this, which started with Bella and her pattern, and
Exactly.
that's also why people felt the way that they felt about her. It was a lot of back end that stuff that was going on that we weren't aware of. Um, but that's why I brought it up, because that's when I saw the pattern for myself. Like some things started clicking for me. But in terms of this particular story, which involved Mr. Washington, this is his perspective. I promise you, the $2 and the nine have their own perspective on the whole situation. Um, it gets very messy. It does get very messy, and I just want to bring it back to the main point as to why I brought this up, because this is a deep rabbit hole to go into, and it might reignite some stuff, and that's not my purpose of bringing this up, and I just wanted to say that for everyone to hear.
I'm with you too, because I'm not up here just to bring this back up at all. But that pattern that you're talking about, I would agree. That rejection and all of that comes into play to starting to block people and doing other things while you're blocking those same people.
Gotcha. Let's see.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Shane.
Good morning. So my portion is, and this is strictly Shay. Okay, so I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm speaking directly for me. When she did the case against me, I felt like what Bella didn't, or what anybody didn't realize, is that during the time that what went on with me, I was having a mental breakdown, and I'm expressing it. I'm telling you that I'm having a mental breakdown, and people weren't listening. So I got picked on, I got taunted, I got harassed. She did exactly what she said she did. I'm not going to say that she lied yesterday when she said that she would reach out to people and, tell them you don't have to come on court or whatever. But because your big money spenders were involved, you automatically had me guilty. You automatically called me a liar. You had a person who was having a mental breakdown, breaking down even more by what you said. So what they did to me, and I'm not going to say they, because none of her mods was mean to me, or none of that, and that I know, right? I don't know anything about. I'm not going to talk about it, but I do know that you were sending me messages inside of my DM. I'm telling you what is not going on. You then took up there and said, "Oh, so she's lying." You called me a liar. You never believed anything I said, and made me mentally have to come. I had to come off of the app.
Can you give us some more
And I
context?
did, yes, and you're right. I did start it, but I started it to go say how I was innocent. And then they dug into it and made me into a liar. That's what
That's kind
that's
of
what
what happened to
happened to
Mr.
me.
Washington
I went
too.
up there to tell my story, to say about me. You are so 100% right. Don't tag me. But when after that, when she became inside of my box, she flipped my whole story and took me to made me into be a liar. And it mentally, again, I'm talking about my mental health. Don't tag me. I came to you to tell the truth. You flipped my truth because of the person being a big gifter for you, and you made me out to be a liar, not knowing how much pressure you mentally put on me.
I want to ask you some questions about your particular case because I don't remember it at all. But I do want to mention this before I go on to the next thing. That's what kind of happened to Mr. Washington on Bella's show. He was guilty for whatever they said that he did. Apparently, he was the one that was at fault. It wasn't until he went on Tea Times Live, and she started to unpack things there that people got more clarity and more understanding as to what was really going on behind the scenes. And I remember,
Wh-
like
What am I lying about? Don't tag me.
people really weren't allowing him to, really get out what he needed to get out in order for us to get that perspective. But T-Time was able to achieve that. Can you
Yes,
give us some more context, Shay, as to what your case was about? Because I don't remember your case at all. So just for the
sure.
people.
So I I am sick, right? I've been sick. Go look at my page, whatever the case may be. And I came on this app to tell my story. So I thought that and this is not me understanding the difference between messy TikTok, that, if my purpose was to come up to tell my story, then everywhere I go would not tell my story, because that was my purpose, right? So they started talking about I was centering myself and, blah, 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 this and blah, 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 that. And I had sent out this thing where, and I think Mr. Washington, you got it too, asking people just to come on my live. And I sent it out to Big Glock. And she tried to say that I was, in her trying to get her because she was a big gifter of diamond. It had nothing to do with that. And
I
when I kept
remember
trying to
that.
explain that, I got beat down about that because it wasn't that. I just wanted people to come on my live and hang with me and laugh and whatever. And 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 when all of that happened, it just made it hard for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made it real, real hard. It was not what anybody made it out. But prior to, I had also sent it to Bella. And I came on Bella's live, which is what the guy, or whoever that person is saying, is that I came on Bella's live and I brought it up because when her responses back to me being like, "You're a criminal, you're a liar, you this, you that," it hurt my feelings, right? So my feelings played a part in it, and my mental played a part in it. And I'm trying to explain. I'm apologizing for being mental. Right. It was like in February or something. I don't even remember the date. But my whole point was not that. Prior to it being that big Glock started gifting Bella big, Bella was like on my side, and then all of a sudden, because of that, she just turned on me.
So you feel
So
like
it just like my whole problem is that I really truly who lied and tried to get sympathy? Not me. Please just chill and go look on my page. I just came out of the hospital the 28th. I've lied for to get sympathy for nothing. That's the whole point. Y'all allow people to break down people's things and really don't know whether it's true or it's not true. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought they were talking about I apologize 100%. I thought y'all were talking about me. But it just like it my whole point was that with me, my mental got ate up really, really bad. So that's my whole point. Like you mentally hurt my feelings. I get on this app and I'm not a crier. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Understand I'm on narcotics. I'm on opiates. I'm going through something really, really hard. I came to TikTok to talk to people, right? I didn't know anything about messy TikTok or none of that stuff. But what you did do was, and I have the comments between me and her. You made me feel comfortable, and then you turned your back on me to make sure that I looked bad. That's all I had to say about it. That was my problem with it. You she made me comfortable, and then you turned your back on me for big gifters, which I understand it's a business for you, but integrity means a whole lot. And when you're messing with somebody's mental, and you're okay with it, and you're talking about how you're such a great person, how you're talking about somebody in cash apps, and you're talking about all of this and the third, it doesn't make you, your actions are not saying that you're the person that you say you are. Yeah, I'm coming. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. And Chasen, if you want to talk to me behind the scenes, boo, you can reach out to me and I'll talk to you behind the scenes. At the
yeah.
end of the day, what I am talking about, I'm talking about somebody who had a mental health issue. And if anybody, Mr. Washington, you saw it, did I not constantly say that I was mentally unstable?
Yeah, I guess I think that's what you were saying.
So at the end of the day, I didn't have any problem with that lady whatsoever. And I feel bad because that lady hates me on this app because of what other people made her believe. And I applaud her. And I'll say that 100 times. I applaud that lady for what she's going through as well. And I apologize. Please go look on my page. There's an apology. I apologize to her. And then one day in Bella's live, Bella's gonna say, and Big Glock wants me to let you know that she doesn't want you to ever mention her name again. And I had not mentioned that lady's name in no bad way or nothing.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, mine is about you don't know what somebody else is going through on the other side. And y'all are mistreating people. Y'all are beating people up. And it's like being in high school. And I remember when I was in high school, I was a Madam Butterfly. I never mistreated people. So I'm not used to being mistreated. And now I'm meeting a bunch of adults who couldn't be who they wanted to be in real life. And now they're up here beating people up. I'm coming, Mom. I'm coming. I'm coming.
All right.
But I mean, I don't wish anything on her. But I'm gonna tell you what, you let me get dragged. I hope you get dragged too. And I hope you feel every bit of this drag because you allowed me to get dragged. And I got dragged to the point I was sick on my stomach and had to come off of the app. But I'm back now and I'm healthier than what I was then.
Good. Good.
But I definitely, like I said, Chasing, if you want to reach out to me, we can talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no
I just
problem with
followed
that.
you. Yeah, I just followed you back. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's definitely I want her to understand your show is phenomenal when you were focusing on the show the right way. but you cannot allow people to drag people. And then when it comes time for your dragging, you don't want to be dragged.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's fair. That's fair to say. That's I get it. That's fair. I kind of remember Shay. I remember that case a little. I do remember you saying that you were dealing with a lot health wise. I do remember all of that. And
Yeah,
I
it's still on my page. That's the point where when people say you're a liar and you're all of that, go look on my page.
yeah,
I'm embarrassed to go live right now because of what I look like.
no need to be.
And and then Drop Queen, I
Mhm.
had no problem with Drop, but Drop, what she chose to do at that one moment, instead of being who she says she is, you're this kind, loving person that does stuff for people, blah, 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 blah. You decided to go on the other side and not listen to the story and make up your mind. And you started whispering, and you are no better begging people to not attack you when you do the same thing. You just do it in a whispering voice. So you're no different, which is why you can't choose sides between what's going on between Diamond and what's going on between Bella, because at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. Right is right, is wrong is wrong. And now, like with Drop, you're up here and you're talking about, oh, I don't want them to assassinate my character and da da da. You assassinated mine, boo. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna get up here and assassinate these black women's character. I'm not gonna do it. But I am going to tell you that when y'all are playing with people's mental health, people like these people up here are the reason why people unalive themselves right now. And if I hadn't been stronger than what I am, I guarantee you I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, because people break for less. I get that shit.
And I broke. I literally, honestly broke.
Yeah,
Between all this stuff that's going on, people, I broke. And it wasn't just, I'm coming. Just 1 minute. I'm sorry, y'all, because like I said, I just had surgery and don't want me to eat.
yeah,
But
of course. Gotta eat.
that it's not just you doing it and you have an accountability court, because it was not Bella's fault I was on her accountability court. I went there to clear myself.
Right.
And you went there to help me clear myself, and then you chose to dig in me instead of help me clear myself.
Right.
So if you're going to be biased, don't help and don't dig.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. But you're crying, all these people are talking about me, and and every time you turn around he's saying something about me, but that's what you did to other people. Like my grandma just say, it don't feel good when the shoe was on the other foot. It just does not feel good. And I supported her. And yes, after that happened, I unsubscribed her, because here I am sick, needing help, and I still gave you my 2.99 in support of, as being a melanated woman out here trying to do good. And what you did was, what people don't know was, you faked that bullshit with me, and then you turned out and you did what you did. But I can definitely tell you that she started my mental health crisis. It wasn't anyone else. It was her, because I thought she was very nice and I thought she was a good person. And no matter what, y'all, and I say this, and please understand when I say this, your gifters that give you a penny are just as good as your gifters that give you more. Because your gifters that give you a penny stay there and keep giving you
That's
pennies,
a fact.
and your
That's a
pennies
fact.
build.
That's facts.
And as soon as that big gifter gets mad at you, that big gifter will no longer be there, but the pennies will still be there growing. So when she asked about how she affected people, you affected me because I was already mentally unstable,
Miss
and
Shay,
I came
Miss
to
Shay,
the
Miss
app
Shay,
unstable.
Miss
Yes.
Shay. You about to open up a whole can of worms too, though.
Why you say that, Mr. Washington?
Just how heavy with your opinion. You're also wishing a whole bunch of stuff upon her too. I don't think Miss Chasingpillows. I don't think she was trying to do that. I think she was just trying to ask her like clarifying questions. I'm not trying to interrupt what you got going on or what you're saying.
No, I'm not
I'm
trying
just
to
saying,
wish Mr. Washington. I don't want to wish anything
but you
bad on
said that
her.
though. But listen,
I know.
you actually said that, and then
Yeah,
you know
I
what I'm saying,
know.
you're offering your opinion, and then you're about to about what you did yesterday or whatever.
Right, but
You
it's
know what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of hurt here, Mr. Washington. It's so
Understand? Understand?
I'm a woman and you a man, right? So it's a lot of hurt, and I hold my hurt different than you hold your hurt. And I just feel like I don't even know what went on with chasing. That's how real this is. I have been gone, right? I'm just hurt. And you're right. I don't need to bring up nothing like that. I always respected you and you know that.
I
I'm
wanted
gonna
to
do
be able to vent. I didn't want to cut you off at all.
no, you're
Yeah,
cool.
I want you
I
to
respect Mr. Washington and I have a great relationship and I respect him.
copy.
So I'm gonna literally drop down though.
All right, Shay, I appreciate you, bro. Okay, appreciate you. Lisa, good morning. Lisa, okay, I'm gonna drop you out. So yeah, I didn't know all about this history.
It's a deep, deep, deep rabbit hole. It goes back further and further and further.
I would say that to you, going through even some of, if you look, even some of the comments, even just like where I'm at on some of this, people are bringing up stuff that's irrelevant to what you're actually talking about.
Right.
Just like with Miss Reflection, I ain't trying to deflect from nothing that you were directly talking about. I'm trying to add on to none of that. But even I can see if you see down in to me when I see some of those comments, I know what I did do and I know what I didn't do. And then some of these breakups and these fallouts came from a lot of this stuff being like that block. And I want to say something to you, but I can't say anything to you. I want to respond to you, but I can't. A lot of that came from the beginning of this.
That's all. See, I feel like it's way more that I guess since I wasn't there, I'm just not gonna fully understand. But I did hear about Shay. I do remember her case a little bit, but I remember her response. I didn't know it was deeper than that. I didn't know that all this shit is. But you see, this is what I'm saying. This is a pattern, and this is why I say like it's not even the fact that she's messy or whatever the case is. It's just stand on what you're doing. That's it. Just stand on being messy. Don't
I'm with
don't.
you on that. And even, and then I'll give a little bit more. That day that happened with me over there, um, is because I said something. I responded to Thailand in Bella's thing, and that invoked that lady to say, "Don't say nothing to him, to her." She was trying to back $2. Thailand said something to me. I responded to Thailand, and then Kim showed up and said something to me. That's how that started for me. That's how that started with me over there on Bella's thing. And it wasn't even me being over there. I only responded. And Kim jumped in and saying, don't say anything to Thailand. I'm only responding to Mr. Washington because I said something to Thailand. All I said to Thailand was, I'm not interested. That's how for me, that's the context of me being over there with that whole Kim thing over there on Bella's. That's what that was. And then for me going to, I opened up and told Tea Time this, and with Tea Time furthered that. She dropped what I was talking about, or why I said what I said, and introduced all the pages about Kim. That's how that happened over there with Tea Time and Kim.
Yep, in Bella's court, I don't even remember if it was a court back then. Mr. Washington was viewed as the villain, but on Tea Times Live, he was vindicated.
Because I opened up. I opened up over there with. They dropped me. They didn't. I said no. I chose to get down from over there. I chose to not to even respond to it. I just left.
And we got
And
more
then when I,
clarity. Tea
and you
Times.
got more context when I went over there, and all I did was open up and said why I was saying I'm not interested. I actually called her Carolyn Bryant. I don't even call her Kim. It's Carolyn Bryant to me. She is because of what she does.
And we got to find out about all the pages and, you know, all the other.
Exactly.
But the pattern behind that is that he wasn't able to. We as an audience weren't able to get that clarity on Bella's platform because of the way that it was ran. But on Tea Times, we were.
Even see, just like and I'm not trying to distract you. See, like how Pink, everything is saying that I lied. I never lied about anything. I only opened up and said these things. I said I wasn't interested. I wasn't interacting with this person this way. And then just like what Miss Reflection is saying, I was vindicated because I wasn't shooting my shot at the shot. It wasn't even that type of thing. The assumption that I was doing that, or the assumption that all of that was happening, but they carried that from Bella's. When I opened up over there on Tea Time, okay, now it's in more context, only because you got more information over there. Opened up
You're very closed off in Bella's platform, from what I remember.
for a reason, because all the
Hi,
people over there.
boss.
Hey, Mariah.
Hey, Obi.
See that? See like this that conversation where she's saying like, and I hate to even do that with that comp. They said that out. She somebody getting a response in the inbox and doing all of those things doesn't mean that someone is talking. See how they're just trying to add on to it, and then that caused me not to say anything over there, fellas. That's why I didn't say
Okay. Mariah, you wanted to chime in?
Yeah, just had a question, or just not a question, a story, if you will. Y'all know how I am. I don't know if y'all remember that I was on the docket for Bella's court once, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I I thought it was funny, all that good stuff. And it was because of that Omar situation. Now, I was like, well, fine. If he comes up, I'm gonna go up too. I'm gonna go talk about whatever it is because I want to, talk my stuff, right? But then I realized that if I were to do that, then everyone and their mother who has ever had a problem with me would definitely come on the app or come on the show, or that would be in the comments and all that good stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in order to protect my peace, I just didn't go because I knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I had and people drag me, would that be Bella's fault? Or should I know, or should I just understand when you're on that big of a platform and people are going to come out of the woodwork?
That's an interesting question that you're asking.
Because I'm still, when I was on, I watched the show during
Mm-hmm.
that time. And I was like, man, I want to go defend myself. But then I had to think about my peace. And do I want certain things dredged back up? Because it's going to hurt. That's not anything that Bella did. But in that situation, I think people would end up blaming Bella. Or I would end up blaming Bella and be like, hey, look at what you had happen to me.
But whether you were there or not, she was still going to.
And but that's the nature of it. There, regardless if I'm there or not, there are people who are going to talk about it.
So, but didn't have the same outcome. Then people still pull up and bring up old stuff about you.
Yes, and they do it, and they still do it anywhere I am. They still do it.
I think that you're probably much better at handling these kind of things than
Impulse
others.
control.
It's not so much impulse control. I think you just have thicker skin because you've just been through it so many times. You know, because
So, but I'm asking if I've gone through this so many times,
mhm.
which I think, and I'm just going to like shuffle through, and please excuse me, Mr. Washington, for saying this, but, and also, Mr. Washington has gone through something so many times. By time it gets to Bella's thing, are we going to be like, oh, now it's all her fault? Or is it that we have been going through this for so long and for so many people doing all of these things?
Are people saying that it's all her fault though?
No, I'm not. I'm just asking.
I don't think that it's all her fault.
I mean, this someone earlier said that.
I got a quick question, then I'm gonna hop down. Lee, why you blocked me for?
Oh boy, we're about to derail. I don't think we want to do this. You guys should
I
probably talk
mentioned
about
it
this.
in the message I sent you.
No, because that was stupid as hell. Like I should
Oh,
be able to have talk to whoever I want to. Y'all is childish on this app. You can't be cool with us people just because you mad at somebody. That's childish as hell.
oh. I mean, I didn't know that someone who
You ain't never
purports.
heard me talk about you. You ain't never heard me
I
say
didn't
nothing
know
about you.
that.
Way I took up for you plenty of times. So what's the problem here?
Okay.
I'm not
I,
allowed to have my own damn friends.
I didn't know that someone who pretends to be a friend, and then when someone's talking about
And did
my
you see me say something?
family,
Do you ever see me say something? Do you?
uh, I see you
You see
there.
me what?
I see you there, and I see you do
You see me
nothing.
there, yeah, like everybody else be there, but you don't see me saying nothing about you, do you?
Yeah, you say nothing, and this guy has been
Okay.
doing that for how many years? Like,
Okay. But what does that got to do with me if you got beef with somebody? I ain't got beef with them until somebody
yeah,
does something to me, then that's
that's
different.
fine.
We
That's
can be
fine.
cool and cordial in any
That's great.
quarters together.
All
That was
right.
just stupid and childish.
Okay.
Why you worried about the pink everything? Because I want to know. Mind your fucking business, girl.
Okay,
Okay.
this is going
That's all I
somewhere.
had to say. I'm sorry, Chasen. I'm gone. That's all I had to say.
All right.
That shit is childish. Y'all childish.
Okay. I think this proves my point that when I say that people will bring themselves out of the woodwork on every little thing, I should I be able to blame pillows for that woman coming up and and talking something?
Oh boy.
Like, is that pillows' fault?
I don't think that that's
Hey, pillows, I was just
a parallel
blinded, or not blinded. What's it when someone comes out of nowhere?
sideline.
What is it?
Blindsided.
Blindsided. Thank you guys.
Mhm.
I was blindsided just now, and this woman came up here and she was being very rude to me. So you need to check those people who are being rude to me.
We're drifting further and further
No,
away
no, no, no. I know,
from the main
Obi,
point.
but Pillows is the host, and I was blindsided.
I know you're trying to make a point. I feel you.
I understand, and I love you. You know I love y'all.
I love you, man.
I
I'm
do,
sorry.
but and
And
I
they keep my
know you
people too,
have my
man.
back.
That's why I don't know what the hell that was just now.
I don't know. I was blindsided, and this woman came out of nowhere talking to me crazy.
Listen, I try to get it back on track, but you know.
Obi tried, but Pillows, like, come on. How are you going to allow like you always allow people to come and talk to me crazy?
I know exactly what you're saying, Lee.
Okay, you do.
Yes, I hear you.
I love you. That's why I love you guys.
Love you too.
Okay, but I think I definitely made my point.
Mhm.
That I definitely made my point, and life has a way of just putting everything perfectly together. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop back down because I want to I want to listen to the conversation.
Okay. Thank
All
you for coming up, Lee.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
I don't know where we at now, but shit, we somewhere. This is a lot. We done zigzagged our way into so many different rabbit holes, and lost the point of where we were trying to gain understanding from. This has become even more layered, and this is gonna start some more stuff later. I promise you.
Minister Pugh, Pastor Pugh. I know you there, Pastor Pugh. So I don't know. Um,
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Pugh,
on,
it's Pugh
hold
and
on.
Obi. I must have watched
Go
this
no.
way too, but
Go ahead, hold on. Go ahead, hold on.
I don't know where to go ahead to. This is a lot. I don't know how y'all do it. I'm lost in the sauce right now, trying to regain some sense of direction. Where do you go from here, guys? Because this happens all the time, man. But let me ask you some questions, Pillows. Did
okay.
Mr. Washington coming up and Shay coming up and sharing their stories help you gain some clarity in terms of the point that I was trying to make earlier, or are you still, not getting what I'm coming from?
Yes, yes. It did put a lot of things into perspective. It did answer some questions. I just maybe if I was there, I wouldn't. I would have seen everything, and it just from the sounds of it, it just sounds like a lot of mess.
Hmm.
That's sounds like a shit ton of mess with the same person, the same exact person.
I think Mr. Washington's case is a better example because I have a lot more context to that. I know what Shay went through a little bit. I was kind of avoiding those lives because I think it was just too much for me. It was just so sensitive that I did not want to consume that content at the time. So I just made myself scarce whenever that was being discussed in depth. Um, but the pattern was there. I saw it during that time, and I didn't go to court for a long time until I got bored. I ain't gonna hold you. I got bored on Sundays because nobody else was going live. Everybody was at Bella's court, so it was the place to be.
Why y'all in the comments tussling with AP? AP be over here all the time, minding her business. Why y'all in the comments tussling with that lady?
I wasn't even
I'm
looking
just
at the.
asking. I'm just asking. I was looking at the comments. I'm just asking.
I was eating my food, but I was gonna say like AP. Listen, like she had what did she just say? We're not responsible for other people's actions, or like we can't expect too much out of people on this app, and I feel like that's a lot. That's a lot of what is happening is that we really can't expect people to be like how we are, right? So I do understand that, but it doesn't take away the fact that this person is very much messy and just doesn't take any type of responsibility for it as well. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah, we seeing everybody's true colors right now at this point, and I really think it's just we not liking what we seeing. I think everybody's valid. I feel like, to be honest, if somebody says they're going through something mentally, physically, let them fucking be. Like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, but I can't say that about anybody else. I can say that about me. Yeah, yeah. She's not accountable at all. Just messy.
But to Mariah's point, there is a certain level of shared responsibility between the host and the people that do decide to get on the platform, right? And engage with folks. Do you see your responsibility in what happened between you and Bella?
This is what I see. What I see is, again, I don't feel good about dropping receipts. I don't feel good about, you know, somebody I have respect for being treated like this. I don't feel good about it. But at the same time, I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't say that every single thing is almost in a sense kind of warranted. People's emotions are valid. People feel some type of way about the shit that you're doing. It's all valid. I can't take away from that. I really can't. I really can't. I see that it was my fault in the sense of maybe I should have said more. Maybe I should have spoke up on it more. But at the same time, I don't feel like I had to. I shouldn't have had to, especially if there was a quote unquote mutual respect, because I wouldn't have done that shit. Just like I covered and everything. It's not even just about the receipt. I sat here covered and everything, and I didn't say shit. I wasn't planning on it. I wasn't planning. I didn't tell nobody I was sitting on nothing. I didn't tell nobody this. I didn't even hint it to nobody. What I did say is it's crazy how everything was turned to me my fault. I was baiting. I was doing it, and not one word. But what's really funny how you sit up and cry for somebody that was getting berated just the same. Are you okay? Like I don't believe none of this shit. I think this shit is hella performative. I think yeah, maybe the tears were real, maybe the emotions were real because getting dragged every other day. But like how am I supposed to care about that? Why? Why should I care? You see what I'm saying? Why should I care? That's it. Why should I give a fuck? Toby, you got this.
Well, that's more so me asking you some more questions. So get off mute, girl, because we about to talk.
All right, give me 2 minutes.
All right. I don't know what's going on in the comments. I hope everybody's playing nice. Please, as we wait, everyone, if everybody could just tap the screen for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I see him.
Tap the screen, share the live. Um, and please be nice in the comments. Please. I'm starting to read the comments now. What is going on? Lord.
I'm just gonna say,
Mariah.
No, it's
I
just
think
it's just AP down there existing.
that's what I was gonna say. You know, like sometimes one or two people want to say so much to you. Like if you just go look at the pages, it's like they don't get no followers. They come up with that backup page and they just want to say something to AP. Even
Yeah.
that same page, it's like you keep saying stuff to me because you want me to reply. Even I mean, just the stuff that they're saying is like it's only one person. It's not a group of people. It's just like one person that wants to wants to drag you and have you respond to them. And AP is only responding to that one, and it's sooner or later it's just block the page and don't even reply to them because they don't exist. You
So
got to
I'm
be
gonna say,
miserable as hell.
oh, I'm sorry,
To do
Mr.
that.
Washington.
No, you're fine.
So I'm gonna say right now, if everybody continues to come for AP in the comments, you will get muted. AP is a regular in this live. AP is an honorary chasing. Please stop coming for AP. All she has to do is be present, and everybody is continuously coming for her. Please stop. Thank you.
We're having a particular conversation. Engage with the conversation that we're having, and don't exercise your beefs here, please. Definitely don't pile on one person.
Okay, all right. Um, Thank you, Terry, for that. I was trying to eat my food. Cutie pie, you could just be one. All right. So what's your question, Toby? What you got?
Okay, have you specifically identified your responsibility within the whole belt situation? And a follow up question to that, how would you avoid this from happening again in the future?
I'm not gonna have no back end conversations like that ever again. Anybody else wants to, get in my ear and try to make it seem like they want to talk about. I'm gonna be messy when I want to be messy. I'm gonna talk about really what I want to talk about. I'm not gonna let anybody influence what happens on my life, on my platform. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's fair.
Um, I can understand what y'all are saying about like blaming others for, your own mental health. I get that. I'm not saying I agree with that, but what I do agree with is when somebody draws a boundary and says, "Hey, listen, I have X, Y, and Z going on, blah blah blah," and then they cross that boundary. I do think that's highly disrespectful. I really do. I really do. I think
I
that's
think I
extreme.
think for that particular situation, correct me if I'm wrong, Shay, but you wanted Bella to be a lot more sympathetic and sensitive to what you were going on, or what you had going on, and she wasn't. Um, and I think what some people are saying is that it's not her responsibility, and to be aware of the environments that you find yourself in. Both things can be true at once.
Jason, I got a question.
What's up? Mhm.
So when people
Yeah,
send
anytime, Mr.
like
Washington, you can come up anytime. Bro. Anytime.
so when people send content creators like their favorite creator or whoever, like even people that do it to you, when they send people a clip of a live of somebody talking about them or saying something, is
Mhm.
that not also trying to bait them into talking about what they want them to talk about, just not actually saying that in a message? Isn't that the same thing?
Yes, people. Because let me tell y'all, and there's so many different creators that people have messaged me about and given me like quote unquote proof about, and I didn't ask for it. So yes, I do think in a way they are baiting for that conversation to go a certain way. It's just like certain people, like when I'm talking about one thing, they'll come in the comments on their troll page and they'll say somebody's name to kind of trigger a conversation. It's the same thing. It's that I so yeah, you're right. Uh huh. It's baiting. It definitely is baiting. I've been baited about. There's another vlog page on here that people were messaging me, telling me about this person's history, all this other shit. And I'm like, why? Why? What do I have to talk about? Why don't you just go live and you talk about it? Why I got to talk about it?
I'm not gonna hold you, and y'all might not agree with my assumption here, but I feel
Yeah,
like
here we go.
the issue is, Bella, you did do what everybody else be doing, but baby, everybody else do it from troll pages and troll cash apps. They don't do it from their page and they cash app, love. And then you did it with people that wasn't your people. No disrespect to you, pillows. I'm not saying nothing like that because you was a people's until you felt slighted, right? But you're doing it here, there, and everywhere, and ain't none of them people your people. Because the people that have people that's being messy for them, that have them sending them stuff, that come in their boss like, oh, girl, what about this right here? And da 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 da. Those people never, you never hear where that comes from. They get on their panel, they talk about it like, yeah, the people said, well, the TikTok streets say, and you never know who the TikTok streets is or where it's coming from. Them people never turn on the people that they giving that information to. So maybe you was doing that with the wrong people.
Hmm.
Not to mention, bitch, get you a troll page.
Hey,
So you saying she didn't play the game right?
no,
Not at all.
no, she don't. The fuck?
But is the game right? Like,
Listen, let me tell you something. I see so many troll pages of large creators, and I know it's their troll page, and I watch them come into lives and sit and get information and don't say nothing, and then they go back. and talk about what they saw, even though they be like, "Oh, I wasn't there, and I saw you in there on your troll page." Like, baby, you're just not doing it right. You coming in on your real page, you dropping a little pen in the paper. Like, okay, if you're gonna be out in the open and you're gonna stand on it, stand all the way on it.
So what you're saying
Like,
is that I don't know.
baby, I'm saying you can't be Batman and telling everybody you Batman.
I
You
get
got to
it.
pick a struggle. You got to pick a struggle. Either you're gonna be a secret or you're gonna be out in the open. And you tried to do both, and you told a lie, and the people wasn't having it. The people wasn't having it.
It don't make it right. You feel me? Like
It don't make it right, and I think that's why everybody's accountability that they're looking for from her isn't coming like that, because a lot of the creators that she's thinking of in her head is like, okay, I know for a fact so and so be messy. I know for a fact so and so be messy. I know it's the person right here be doing the same stuff, but y'all coming at me. But baby, them people did it from a troll page.
so so okay. I see what you're saying. So whenever they're trying to get accountability from her, she not hearing them because she knows what type of time they on. But that's not the case with pillows. At least I don't think so. Pillows ain't do that.
She just a messy ass bitch. At the end of the day, she's a. We could try to decipher it as much as we want. She plays like she's ignorant. She plays like she's very ditzy, and she knows exactly what the fuck is going on. And I think I don't know if this is part of like the whole game. I really hope it is, because if it's not, it just seems so silly to me that you would. All it is, all it is. Anyway, yeah, Nick, it's because of the whole thing going back and forth. That's on my mind's. They give out warnings, and they don't play when it gets to be a lot of people. It's not that just for a few minutes. The accountability is for self. Bella doesn't make y'all be accountable on panels, so why does she? She does. She does make people. She does try to. That's the title of court is accountability. Anyway, it's getting Let's see what. Yeah, I don't know. They probably. I don't know if they saw something you said. I didn't. I wasn't really looking, but yeah, I'm muted. I'm muted. How does a grown up hold another grown up account? They can't. And this is like the one time I agree with Nosy. You can't, and you can only be accountable. I think it was another girl named Sonia that went up that she had played. She had recapped last night, and literally only you can only hold yourself accountable. So nobody else can make you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all give y'all final thoughts on this, because we about done with this topic.
Well, I disagree with the whole accountability thing. I think that you can hold other people accountable.
I have nothing to say about accountability, but I'm gonna say this about all the people that feel slighted about going on somebody's panel and getting dog walked or whatever. Baby, my daddy always told me, don't ever chase a lie when the truth is standing in front of you. Y'all jumping on these panels trying to chase a lie that somebody told about you. Don't never chase a lie. Let the truth stand in front of you, okay? That's it, that's all.
Pillows, thank you for letting me up. Yeah, let's do this again in another month.
I was gonna say let's do this again tonight. Tonight, let's do it.
Now, wait a minute now.
Let's
Wait, wait, wait,
tonight. Tonight,
wait,
wait. Hold
wait,
on,
wait.
y'all.
About
Tonight,
that now.
hold on. Let
Wait,
me
wait.
stop the music. Tonight, Obi's gonna co-host with me, y'all. So y'all make sure to tune in, okay? Obi's gonna she's
I
gonna
ain't signed no
co-host.
co-hosting contracts,
Yeah, she's gonna co-host with me tonight. Yeah,
and in a month from now
we're
we
gonna have
shall.
fun tonight. Yeah, tonight, tonight. Come on now,
Um,
come on. It gets the people going. Obi, come on,
I don't know what you're talking about.
come on, Obi.
We are in a lot of trouble. I hope you know. playing no music while I'm trying to get myself out of this. Thank you, AP. I'm just like you guys. We're all co-hosts. I appreciate everybody that came up and gave us some clarity. And I guess we'll see you tonight. Did we not do this music?
Is she gonna co-host tonight? Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the comments tonight.
Soon come, AP. Soon come. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. Thank you for gifting Obi as well. Tonight we on. Tonight we on, Obi.